Cheers. Here again, gonna cook up a prime tomahawk beef that we located yesterday after a long search. Apparently Costco doesn't have any of these bad boys unless it's the holidays. Central Market only had Choice, and they didn't have them here locally. They had them on the other side of Dallas. So we'll tell you where we procured this later on after we try it and if we feel it's worth mentioning. Let's open this bad boy up. This actually is my first tomahawk that I'm cooking. I've done some cowboy steaks and some ribeyes, and I've eaten some tomahawks at some restaurants, but I haven't cooked one myself yet. This one's about 40 ounces. This is a dry aged prime tomahawk. We're gonna put a light binder on it. I like this garlic oil. I believe it's from France. Just real light. I mean, don't even really need a binder. The marbling on this sucker is really nice. Have a little bit of some pink and black sea salt here that we're gonna rub in. Don't be scared to put this on because that sucker's pretty thick. We're gonna let that sit out for just a little bit and let it draw out some of that moisture. And we're gonna put it up on all sides. A little bit of the fresh cracked black pepper, a little pepper medley from Central Market. Actually HEB, the mothership. There'd be no Central Market without HEB. If you've been in Texas, you'd know that. That was one of my first jobs, HEB, Sacker, where you'd find out where all the parties were that Friday night. It's pretty thick. We'll leave it at that. I actually put a little bit on this bone. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put this puppy on the smoker. Ed, you're dropping the ball and being the muscle. Where the hell are you? As you can see, this is years and years of smoke just sitting there accumulating flavor. Just like those coal burning ovens over in New York and Brooklyn and the Bronx. This right here adds the flavor. It's be nice and tender. And as you see, we got the firebox going over here. So we're gonna let that smoke for about 2.5 hours, give or take. We'll check it. And then we're gonna come over here and put it on these coals, not directly on the coals, but on a grate. And we're gonna get it a nice sear. And then we're gonna let it rest for a little bit. And then we're gonna see about how it tastes. All right, we're back out here with one last bite. We got some butter, some rosemary, and some garlic. Gonna get that melted down really nice over the hot coals right there. We're gonna use that to baste the tomahawk. For you guys that know, you guys know that I'm an inside Mexican. And let me tell you, it's hotter than a motherfucker out here. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do this inside some air conditioning. Because again, I'm an inside Mexican. We got that starting to melt pretty nice. I checked the temperature on those coals a little bit ago. They were registering about 900 degrees. Gonna put that tomahawk straight on the crate here in a minute. Get some nice sears on each side. Probably just about 1.5 minutes because we're doing sort of a reverse smoke sear. And then we're gonna let it rest for about, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes. And then we're gonna slice it up and have it with some roasted vegetables.
What's the benefit of basting it?
I don't know, it looks cool. Gives it some flavor. Got some rosemary, some garlic, some butter in there. You can look at this sucker. Oh.
And that's just the salt pepper rub, right?
Just salt and pepper with a little garlic oil binder. We're gonna see what the quality of this is because this is a dry aged prime tomahawk from a local place here in Fort Worth that is in the ritzy, what they would call, you know, the younger generation, bougie. And another word they like to use is poppin'. Please don't use that word around me. About maybe 1 hour and 45, 2 hours. We're gonna go ahead and throw that sucker on these hot coals over here.
Well, you ever cook for any ladies now, or what?
Are we on camera?
No.
I mean, if I bring a lady over here and cook some shit like this, we're gonna be naked like after the first 2 bites. Fuck, we ain't even gonna eat the steak. All right, we just took the tomahawk off of the grill out there. I don't know if you saw just a little bit ago, but those flames were what's the word I'm looking for? Enveloping the steak. Is that the proper pronunciation? Enveloping?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. I'm gonna trim this sucker up. We got some roasted vegetables that we put on the smoker in a cast iron skillet. Got this bad boy Japanese blade. Got some nice Cabernet Sauvignon over there, some Camus that Ed so graciously corked and poured. So let's see what we got here.
So how long did this smoke?
So I smoked it for about close to 2 hours, around 275, 325, off and on, depending on the temperature of the flames. And then towards the very tail end, we went ahead and seared it on each side for about maybe 2 minutes. And then we slowly basted it with some garlic and butter and rosemary. So let's see what we got here. Just gonna cut that right along the edge of the bone, set that to the side. Now, who would have known that these Algonquian Indians, who originally forged the first tomahawk in the native lands of America, that they would have a steak that would be named after their very weapon that they weren't able to defeat the Americans with. They got a raw deal, the American Indians, just so you know. So we're gonna cut this over here. Let me see which way I want to go. We're gonna, oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, I can't even begin to tell you what that looks like. I think you're seeing it for yourself. Friends and family, thanks for tuning in to One Lost Bite on my YouTube channel here. If you're new to the channel, please like and share and subscribe. And if you're interested in following me on my daily eats, check me out on Instagram. Just for the record, little baby Rasta has its one last bite. Be nice. The steak is from B&B Butchers here locally in Fort Worth, down at the shops at Clear Fork. And then if you guys know where that is, prepare to spend a dime.